All right, 6th grade, 2.2, perimeter and area. This is page 66 in your book. So if you could go to page 66, we'll be ready to go. There's two vocabulary words right here. Okay, perimeter. We're talking about perimeter and area in this unit. So perimeter is the distance around a figure. Okay, and another way to remember it is you just add up all the sides. That's one way to do it. And there's other little formulas I'll show you. Area is if you want to cover a figure. Okay, cover a figure, like for example in real life that would be if you want to put carpet on the floor, if you want to put paint on the wall, that covers the wall. And there's usually right now we're going to be dealing with rectangles. So a rectangle, the area would be length times width. And basically it's how many, let me draw a little picture, it's how many squares it would take to cover. So if I draw you a 3 by 2 rectangle, we would say the area, it has 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares. 3 times 2 is 6. And we would call this square, let's say they were inches, square inches. Okay, and the label is, or you could write it 6 inches squared. So area deals with how many squares it would take to cover a figure. Perimeter is the distance around it. So in the same figure, if I wanted to find the perimeter, I would go 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2. It'd be like putting a fence around your yard. So that'd be 3, 5 more would be 10. So the perimeter of that figure would be 10, and in that case you would just say 10 inches. So there's our vocabulary, perimeter and area. So let's check out example number 1. Finding the perimeter of a rectangle. To answer the real-world question above, find the perimeter. So the question they were talking about, if you look at page 66, it says a carnival. A carnival is going to be held at your school's parking lot. How much rope is needed to enclose the carnival? To answer this question, you can find the carnival's perimeter. And you'll see they have a picture up there. And there is a formula, and actually let's talk about the key concept box that you need to be writing right now. Okay, so the key concept has you finding this is the perimeter, because you're writing these, of a rectangle. Okay, so in words, the perimeter equals, there's 2 lengths, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And the algebra part of it is 2L plus 2W. And then on the key concept they have a picture. There's the length, there's the width. And there's where the 2 L's are coming from and the 2 W's. This is the same as adding. It's just they're taking 2 times L, 2 L's, double them is the same as adding them together, and 2 W's. So there's our key concept box. So you write the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle, which is 2 times L plus 2 times W. L is the length, W is the width. You'll notice, remember that picture, let me draw another picture since we don't have the picture. The carnival, it's 200 feet this way and 100 feet right here. So we have 2 L's, so that's 2 times L when it's written that way. So 2 times the length, which is 200, plus 2 times the width, which is 100. Notice I'm putting parentheses. That means to multiply. I could do it this way. 2 times 200 plus 2 times 100. I really want you to get away from writing it this way. 2 times 200 plus 2 times 100, because as we get going farther and farther here and getting algebra, we're going to be using x's as variables instead of time signs. So I'd rather you not write those multiplication problems with the times and just get used to seeing it either with parentheses or either with the dot. So what is 2 times 100? 400. Plus 2 times 100 is 200. So you would need a total of 600 feet of rope if you want to put it around your carnival. So they do 2 times 200, 2 times 100, 400 and 200, and 600. So then 600 feet. Notice it's a story problem, so they put the appropriate label, which would be feet. So guided practice says find the perimeter of the rectangle with the given dimensions. So we have a rectangle with a length of 9, a width of 5. You can do this a variety of ways. Some people like to see a picture. And it's a length of 9, a width of 5. So this side would also be 9. This side would be 5. And if you want to add up all the sides, that's fine. Or you can do the formula. 2 L's plus 2 W's. 2 lengths is 2 times 9. Plus 2 widths is 2 times 5. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 5 is 10. So that would be 28 meters. And if you added them all up, you could go 5 plus 5 is 10. 9 plus 9 is 18. Add that, you still get 28. So if you want to add it instead of using the formula, I'm totally all right with that. The answer is 28. They agree with us. So again, if you like to see a picture, 20 by 12. So 2 20s plus 2 12s. 2 20s is 40, 2 12s is 24, for a total of 64. Or you can do 20 plus 20 plus 12 plus 12 and get the same answer, and that would be inches. 64 inches. So next one, that's perimeter. So the area. So let's do the key concept for area. Okay, this is key concept. This is area of a rectangle. So we got words. We have words. Area equals length times width. The algebra, area equals L times W. Notice algebra, we're using variables. L is standing for length, W is standing for width, and again they have a little picture over here, L, W, L, W. Alright, so we do the first example. Find the area of the carnival. Well, let me show you this carnival picture again. It was 200 by 100 feet. So we write the formula, area equals length times width. We put in 200 for the length, 100 for the width. And there's that, look at the quick multiplying. Just take 1 times 2, and notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros up here. So you put 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros in your answer. And then down in the final answer, here's where they will put the appropriate label, 20,000 square feet, or you could write it feet squared. But you must put the right label on area and perimeter. In this case, it has to be squared because area is always squared. Okay? Now let's talk about the perimeter and the area of a square. I really wish they would have put this in a key concept box. That way you guys would write it down. Maybe you will go ahead and write it down with me right now. For a square, the perimeter of a square, you guys know a square. I can draw us a square. All 4 sides are the same. They're equal. So if you're finding the perimeter of this, and they're all the same, let's just say they're 5, all of them would be 5. To find the perimeter, it's 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. But if you add the same number 4 times, the perimeter is really 4 times S, which is the side length, so that would be 4 times 5, which would be 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. There's 4 sides. So to find the perimeter, you just take 4 times 5. Now to find the area, let's throw some exponents. Area is side times side, not length times width in a square. We call it side times side. So that would be side squared. Side times side. Just like in your regular last chapter, 2 times 2 was 2 squared. 3 times 3 was 3 squared. 4 times 4 is 4 squared. S times S would be S squared. No, my pen doesn't want to work. All right, so let's take a look at this. We have find the perimeter and the area of the softball diamond. So notice it's 60 feet by 60 feet, so it is a square, even though it looks like a diamond, but it's 60 here, and it's also 60 here. So to find the perimeter, we write our formula, which was 4s, or if you want to add 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60, but the formulas are supposed to try to make our lives a little bit easier. 4 times 60, 4 times 6 is 24, and you add a 0. So it would be 240 feet for the perimeter. Area is s squared. Well, the side is 60. 60 squared is 60 times 60. 6 times 6 is 36. Add the 2 zeros. It would be 36 square feet. So there's our perimeter, 4s, 4 times 60, just what we did. It got 240. Area s squared, 60 squared, 3,600. So the perimeter is 240 feet. The area is 3,600 feet. Square feet, excuse me. So let's do guided practice for examples numbers 2 and 3. It says, tell whether to find the perimeter of the area to help you decide how much of an item to buy, then find the measurement. Remember, area covers stuff, perimeter surrounds things. So number 3, tiles to cover a 9-foot by 9-foot floor. So there's the keyword cover, which tells us we are going to find the area. And if it's a 9-foot by 9-foot, that's a square. So we know it's just side times side, which is s squared, which would be 9 times 9, which is 81. My pen doesn't want to, starting not to work. 81 square feet. Number 4, a fence for a 6 meter by 7 meter. Okay, so if you have your fence, what you're wanting to do is surround it. So that formula was 2L plus 2W. 2 lengths, 2 times 7, plus 2 widths, 2 times 6. 14 plus 12 is 26, and you would need 26 meters of fence. There it is. To tape around a 3-foot by 5-foot window, so if you're going to put tape around it, there's the key, you're surrounding it, so that's perimeter. So 3 by 5, this one would be 5. And you could just, those numbers are small. 5 plus 5 is 10, 3 plus 3 is 6. You would just need 16 feet. You can do that really quick. You don't need to write any formula. Sod for a 12-foot by 15-foot lawn. Okay, what do you do with sod? You put it down on the ground. You cover your area that you're trying to put a lawn. So you are doing area there. 15 by 12. Area is length. Sorry, my pin's not working again. Length times width. So it would be 12 times 15. And that's just 12 times 15. 0, carry the 1. That'd be 6. That'd be 2, 1. I'm getting 180. I don't know if that's right. Let's see. And I didn't put a label on there. 180 square feet. So. All right, example number 4. Solving for an unknown dimension. Write and solve an equation to find the width of a rectangle. The area is 195 square meters. Its length is 15 meters. So if you look at this one, what they're doing is they're giving us the area. So let's first thing I'm going to do is draw a picture. And its length is 15. We don't know its width. That's the question mark. But we know the area is 195. So we know to find the area, we took length times width. So we know the area is 195. We know the length is 15. We don't know the width. So you see right here we're missing a number in multiplication. So the opposite of multiplying would be to divide. So to find our missing number, we're going to take 195 divided by 15. So I get 45, and 15 goes into 45 3 times exactly. So my missing width is 13 meters. Works out good. And if you took 13 times 15, you would get 195. So they're doing the same thing. They're substituting in the values. They're dividing and came up with 13. So write and solve an equation to find the length. The area of a rectangle, so this is the same thing we just did. And draw a picture. The width is 7. The length is, we don't know, question mark. But we know the area is 91. So it's the same thing. Area equals length times width. We know the area is 91. We put that into the formula. We don't know the length, but we know the width is 7. So just like we did before, we have to divide to solve it. 91 divided by 7. And it's 3 goes in there, 13 exact. So our missing length is 13 inches. Let's see if I'm right. 91 divided by 7, 13. 13, they put meters. I don't know, is it supposed to be meters? I thought it was inches. I think they put the wrong label on that. Okay, this one we have to be careful what it says. It's perimeter. So if the perimeter of a square, here's my square, is 132, what's the side length? So that means what are these sides? So you know there's 4 sides, side, 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 side. And if you remember for perimeter, the formula was 4s equals the perimeter, which is 130, excuse me, 30, let me get my fancy eraser, is 132. And again, the opposite of, I'm missing a problem, this is multiplication, so I'm missing that, so it means to divide. So I'll take 132 divided by 4. That goes in there 3 times, which is 12. Subtract, bring down. 4 goes into 12 3 times. So the side length is 33. And we can check that. We could add them all up. We want to add up 33 4 times because there's 4 sides on a square. Let's see what happens. It's kind of the long way to check it, but 3, 6, 9, 12. Carry the 1. 3, 6, 9, 12 plus 1 is 13. So we know what works out. Divided by 4, which is what we did, 33. So that looks like that's it for area and perimeter. Please try to use the formulas to help you solve those problems, and we will see you next time.